So let's move on. Prop 32 raises the minimum wage for employers with 26 or more employees. It goes to $17 an hour immediately and $18 an hour on January 1st. But if the business has 25 or less employees, then it doesn't have to go to 17 in January 2025 and then $18 an hour on January of 2026. Okay, there's a lot here to talk about. First of all, if you believe a minimum wage is like a moral thing, that you need to have a minimum level to sustain your life, or some people want a living wage. Some people think a minimum wage should be a living wage. Some people acknowledge that there's a difference, but still the minimum wage is established with a sense of a morality, from almost all people, that people, darn it, they deserve at least this much. Okay, let me take you on that premise. If that's true, then why are we setting different minimum wages depending on the size of the company? So are suddenly, your dignity and is only so good if you work for a small company, but if you work for a bigger company, then you have more dignity and we'll give you a higher minimum wage. To me, that's a conflict right there on its face. But and by the way, do we need to have higher wages in California? Yes, because housing's so expensive and taxes are so expensive. But I'm of the belief that these kind of wages should rise organically, because when there's a greater demand for employees, like there is in the marketplace, then you're going to have more demand for employees, and you're going to see a lot more people make way more than the minimum wage. I mean, only about 1 or 2% of the workforce makes minimum wage. I think there's some benefits here to because I'm not a proponent of minimum wage in the first place, because I think it hurts young people. Young people without skills are the ones that are essentially blocked from a lot of these opportunities. We could have a lot more paid internships and a lot more opportunity for young people to get involved in business and start a career when they're living at home with mom and dad, working for some of these companies. So I'm not big on government being a central planner and turning the knobs on what the right minimum wage should be. And it's different if you're how many people in your company and that many people in your company. To me, it's a lot of nonsense. So here I'm going to vote no on that one. Now, that doesn't mean that I think people should be paid low. No, I want people to make a lot of money. I want you to go out there and compete. And frankly, a lot of these jobs, the entry level jobs, are paying a heck of a lot more than that. So that's where I line up on that issue.